I missed the space bar. How did I even do that? Twice. Anyway, these Adam A5 speakers used to belong to this guy. He's called Pablo van der Poel, and he made a record or two. And these are actually pretty beat up looking if you look closely. You can maybe see some smudges here. We did quite a lot of work getting them to look okay because this was all dented. And the reason is this album. This was recorded, as the record says, you may not be able to read it, on the road for less than 50 bucks, but it sounds like $1 million. They used mostly funk and soul and reggae and Afrobeat samples from their drummer to record an album in their tour bus. And they needed some monitors to record it on. And these were the monitors. They didn't need them in the studio anymore because by that time Pablo had upgraded to the Adam A7. And I heard these and I was like, I want to try them out. Turns out they don't work in my space, but Alexander, who's sitting right there, took them home and has been using them until he got those Kleinen Hummel Oi Ois that are in that video. So they are still awesome, and they may sound a bit boring to you for two reasons. First of all, you're too far away. They're really near fields. They also sounded boring where I'm sitting there on the ground waiting for the video to be over. But also, they only sound good with really good recordings, because the ones that were mediocre sounded crap, and the ones that were actually good sounded really flawless. Which may be boring, because they just don't color. What I'm mostly impressed by is that little tweeter, which is a ribbon tweeter, and ribbons have the tendency to start ringing and creating distortion. And there's one song in this, the second to last, the piano song, that actually catches tweeters off guard all the time. I've ruined a tweeter or two with that song. I didn't tell Alexander that before I started recording this. And they didn't flinch. That was absolutely perfect. So that's a really good implemented ribbon tweeter. So yeah, they're great speakers. It's just that if you have no need for a studio monitor, you shouldn't buy these because they just are not very engaging to listen to. They give you exactly what you put into them, which most of the time isn't great. If it's shit that goes in, it's shit that comes out. Now, if you're looking for a really good studio monitor, highly recommend it. Bear in mind, low end's not a thing. That's just not a lot of it. They don't go deep, they are pretty musical sounding in the low end that they do have, but I think 80 Hz or so, that's it. So if you want a bit more low end, go for the A7. They're not cheap, but they are worth their price. And they're really cute little speakers. So this is the Adam A5. This is not a good demonstration because near fields, but we got to keep it consistent, and that's how they sound from here to there. And this is an awesome band. They're called The Wolf. They've had some records released. They just keep going. They've been going for like 12 years, 13 years now. And they are very much worth a listen, so do check them out. I wish I could use their music for this, but music rights, yada yada, I can't. Also, awesome guy who sold his speakers when he shouldn't have because he actually wants them back, but he's not getting them back so far.